Hello and welcome to the MealManage demo. MealManage is an all-in-one school nutrition software, which is cloud-based. We help service public schools, private schools, and charter schools. This is going to be the parent portal, which can be accessed through any web browser. I'm using Chrome right now. These features can also be used on an iOS app and an Android app. Because MealManage's services public schools, charter schools, and private schools, this is a customizable dashboard that will be based to the needs of the parent at that school. Here you'll be able to access pre-ordering where you can pre-order meals. You'll be able to view all the menus coming from breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner. You can view any of those pre-orders, see any account history that may be happening at the POS, also any deposits that are made at the school or here on our system. We also have a before care and after care function. Here you'll be able to see a student's balance. If there are siblings, they can be tied to one parent portal. However, the students do order and have their own accounts that are tied to their student ID. Teachers can also have their own accounts. As you can see, students have balances. We can have free, reduced, or regular eligibility. Students can check in with a POS pin. Also, at the POS, they can check in with a barcode or by grade or classroom. We also have some optional settings of choosing allergies that will show up on the POS. And then we also have spending limits for a la carte items. Down here, you can access the before care and after care program. You can transfer balance in between students. You can also add balance with a debit or credit card. And then there is a free and reduced application, which goes with the National School Lunch Program. If the school has any holiday events they're holding, schools can hold events and you can pre-order meals as well. Down here at settings, you can change notification settings. And also up here, you can change notification settings, see school contact, and if you have any questions as a parent, you can go to a support ticket. The next dashboard is going to be for administrators that have multiple schools. If you have multiple schools, you'll have a district dashboard. Here you'll be able to look up students individually. You can manage eligibility through direct certification, imports, managing applications one by one, also application verification, and income forms. You're also going to have lots of reports that are financial reports that'll be custom to the district. Each individual school will have its own admin dashboard. This is what an admin dashboard looks like. Here, you'll be able to see all the students within the school under Manage Students. You can import students either through an Excel file or we can do an SIS integration with the school's IT department. Under Manage Students, you'll have your custom grades. You'll be able to invite parents to use the parent portal. You'll also be able to manage applications. Each application that comes in will come up here and you can verify those applications as free, reduced, or regular eligibility. We'll go to the Caterer dashboard a little bit later. If you have pre-orders, you'll be able to view all those orders in one place and cancel orders if you need to. You can also look at meal reports for pre-ordered meals. And then we have a lots of different financial reports, everything from students' account balances, their deposits, every purchase happening at the POS, and low balances. This low balance report is going to be tied to a low balance email setup where you can set up notifications and toggle with POS settings to be able to let students run a low balance. Also under reports are claims reports. If you are a CEP school or non-CEP school, you'll be able to get your federal reimbursement claims reports, your summarized reimbursement claim report, and your daily edit check report. And then under our payments module, if you're coming from a new system, you can import those current balances into our system. And then if you need to make manual payment updates, you can update with cash, check, or card payments. You can do a transfer in between siblings, or you can make a manual adjustment, debit or credit someone's account. The next module we are going to go to is the Caterer dashboard. Now we have two different Caterer dashboards. I'm first going to go through the National School Lunch Program Caterer dashboard, where we'll go through nutritional analysis. After this, we'll go through production records, inventory, and then we will go towards what schools that are not using National School Lunch Programs can do in the Caterer dashboard. You can skip ahead to that if you do not use the National School Lunch Program. Here, we're going to start with ingredients. You're going to have access to the CNDB database, where you'll have access to over 8,000 pages of different ingredients and recipes. And you can search these by different forms of food and categories. We also can work with you to upload your products through an Excel file through a vendor. These ingredients, you'll put in your measure and forms and also your nutrition facts. Those ingredients can turn into recipes, or multiple ingredients can turn into a single recipe. So here for my ham and cheese sandwich, I have 3 ingredients that turn into my ham and cheese sandwich recipe. And if I wanted to add any other ingredients, I could come in here and add them as my whole list is in here as well. Master items are what will be able to show up on the menu. If you are running a cycle menu, these act as templates that can go into your menus. When you're ready to start building a menu, we'll go under master menus. And here you'll be able to add a menu for either breakfast, lunch, snack, or dinner. So we will give it a name. Pick our month. Pick the program type. And you can do a couple different things here. You can either insert a template, or you can go day by day, where I can come in with a pencil and mark the day. I can also copy and paste items on a different day, or I can add reoccurring items. So if I know we're going to have chicken nuggets every single day, it'll populate in the background. So I'm going to add all my items in here. So I've got an entree, fruit and vegetables, and I'm going to start my nutritional analysis with daily analysis. But I first need to pick a grade. So I'll choose K through 5, do my daily analysis, and I can see right here I've met my meats, my grains, my veggies and fruits. I have not met my milk, so I will add a milk. And this works in real time, so I'll see a live update of that milk changing. And now I'll do my weekly analysis, and I see that I'm meeting all of my minimums. So I can review, save this menu, and now I can copy this to my school to be able to publish it. So I'm going to copy it to my school, and my menu will populate under school menus, where I can now associate grades. If there's any holidays, I can mark off those days. My grades will be selected, and I'll have my meal item price. And then I can confirm to save the menu. Once I save this menu, it will populate on the parent portal, it'll populate on a public URL, and it'll populate on my POS. I also have various other reports here to help me with my nutritional analysis. Now I'll go to production records. And for May, I have a menu published. When a production record has not been filled out yet, I'll have my planned information that I need to put in, my offered information, and my served information. And then I'll be able to mark any wastage, temperatures, and I'll get production records printed automatically by ingredients, by crediting info. I can print these recipes and print my pick list. Now I'm going to go through inventory. On my inventory, I'll start with starting inventory. Here on starting inventory, every single one of these items is created based on my ingredients. So every time an ingredient is created, I'll get something in my inventory. A new item can have vendor names, storage locations, different food categories, switch weights, item units. My current inventory, if I'm going to have new stock in or new stock out, I can change this here. And then my physical inventory, this will act as an audit, as a monthly audit for my starting, current, and physical inventory. So when I switch these, it will change my starting, current, and physical inventory. I also have the ability to do multiple inventory sites. And if I do an inventory request, I can do inventory requests from site to site, or I can request to a new vendor. And this will give me a PDF that I can email to my vendor of the items that I'm looking to get. Now I'm going to be going through the Caterer dashboard for if I'm not using the CNDB database or nutritional analysis. Here, our items are going to start on a recipe level, and I'll just need to fill in these top 4 categories: recipe name, menu name, the type, and the recipe category. Once I've created an item, it'll populate under master items, and I'll have the options to do entree, sides, or a la carte. For entree and a la carte, I can choose a price point, and I'll be able to do either a large price, regular price, or staff price. I can also do different allergens, dietary labels as well. And then when I'm ready to build a menu, I can either do a cycle menu or master menu. I'll put a name, I'll pick the month, I'll choose a price point. If I want to, I can put in a template, or I can go day by day. So I've got a beef nachos entree, or I can come under reoccurring and say every Tuesday we'll have that beef nachos entree. Every Monday we'll have a BLT with chips, and then we'll have pizza every single day. I can also put in different sides. I can put in a la carte items. Sides do not have a price point and they come with an entree purchase, while a la carte items can be purchased multiple at a time compared to only one entree purchase at a time. There is no limit to how many entrees, sides, or a la carte items you want, so your menu can be as big as possible. However, people can only choose 2 sides at a time and 1 entree at a time. Now we'll review and save and exit this menu, and we'll copy it to our school. Again, if you have multiple schools in your Caterer dashboard, they'll all show up here. And now I'll come to school menus. I can clone or edit this menu if I have different price points. I'm going to publish this menu, mark any holidays, select the grades. I can either select all the grades or I can select specific grades. Now, with pre-ordering, we do have cutoff times. You can either do a monthly cutoff time. So because this is for July, maybe I would do the end of June at 11 p.m. I can also do a weekly cutoff date. I see a lot of Thursday evenings. And then by Friday morning, you have all your orders for the next day. Or you can do same day ordering. I see a lot of same days by 9 a.m. Or you can do day before, 2 days before, etc. You can allow side selection for pre-ordering if you have more than 2 sides available. You can also allow or disallow pre-ordering for a la carte items, apply discounts or sales tax. And then if you do on a monthly basis, you can also set reminders before the cutoff date. Once I publish this menu, it'll be available on the POS. It'll be available for pre-order on the parent portal, which parents will get notification of, and it'll also be available on a public URL. The last example I'm here to show you is the POS. Our POS is going to be run on an Android tablet or an iOS iPad. You can either purchase this independently or through MealManage. The first example we'll show you is a PIN number, and this is a pre-order that's already been paid for, so we can just submit this order. Another example at the POS is going to be the barcode scan, where you can check students in through a barcode. And if they did not pre-order, you'll be able to select those items and move students through the lunch line very quickly. The last option to check students in is going to be through Grading Classroom, where you'll be able to see all the grades at the top of the screen. And if there are classrooms created for students, you'll be able to do that as well. This is just an example, and the free marker will not show up on the POS unless instructed. And this student got an a la carte item, which they did have to pay for. Up here, allergies will be shown. And this is also an example of someone when there is not a low balance set, the POS will ask to submit either cash, check, or credit card. The last example I have for you is the transactions. In the top right, you'll be able to see transactions for the day. If you need to delete a transaction or see students that have not picked up their meals that have pre-ordered, you'll be able to see those. Also, if you want to make any deposits through the POS, you can select a student or staff member and be able to record that the student or staff member dropped off cash, check, or you could do a credit card transaction. We also have POS ability to do CEP POS. Please let me know, follow up with me if you'd like to learn more about MealManage to see more examples of POS or any more of our parent portal, admin dashboard, district dashboard, or Caterer dashboard. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.